a god, everybody says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was, a god.
According to Urban Dictionary, the term spaz out means to flip out, yell, and scream, usually something completely random. What you guys are about to witness is the extra large professor spazzing out on Kanye West.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. And I'm a devout Christian, and I love God, and I love the fact that Kanye may be trying to redeem himself. But you can't have these half-cooked tracks and then think that everybody's gonna be, oh, this is dope. It's not, man. Give us the full content. Don't give us part. It's like having a Thanksgiving meal, and he gave you a turkey wing and a little bit of gravy and said, "Happy Thanksgiving." So what up, young scholars? This your boy, the extra large professor, and I got with me
twin number 2.
And we listening to 2 tracks from Kanye West, Jesus is King. The first one we listened to was Follow God. The second one is Closed on Sunday, Chick-fil-A. And, as you could probably tell, to me, it's going to probably be one of my most negative reviews ever. And that sort of thing, because this is as bland as a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Support that Popeyes, just don't stab each other over it.
Hey yo, be a father. If not, why bother, son? A boy can make a but a man can raise one. If you did it, admit it, to stick with it. Don't say it ain't yours, cause all women are not yours. 90% represent a woman that is faithful. Ladies, can I hear it? When a girl gets pregnant, her man is gonna run around. Distance off.
What I did was I walked in front of them and I took steps and I said to them, instead of creating your own footprints, walk in the footprints that I've already made.
No, I like that.
Stretch my hands to you.
Life like this is what your life like. Try to live your life right. People really know you push your butt. Tell you when you're being like Christ. Only ever seeing me, only when they needing me. Like if Tyler Perry made a movie for BET, searching for a deity. Now you wanna see it from spazzing out. He said they ain't Christ like. I said
So we're gonna hop right into our review real quick. So I'll begin with mine first. Beat wise, I'm gonna say it had the knock of the old Kanye West beats and that sort of thing. It can remind some of the beats on that particular song remind me of College Dropout, but it was something missing out of it. It's like his tracks weren't fully developed, and I don't and. You know what? I'm tired of his little formulas of having 2-minute songs. I want you to fully develop a 3+ minute song so we can start getting the full content. I didn't like the fact that the verses are so rushed. So the flow, it sounds like somewhat like an old Kanye, but it's not enough lyrics to really give a lot of content. And then by the time you start getting your head nod, the song is all over. So, I have a problem with it being so short and that sort of thing. And in terms of the fatherhood content, again, this is something that he didn't really delve into. It was like his father and him was arguing. We don't get an idea of what the argument was. Maybe he wants the listeners to kind of think about arguments that they have had with their father so they can, go along. But as it stands, the song wasn't long enough to really, to me, help me to get into it all the way. So in this particular song, beat wise, I'm gonna say I've heard this type of stuff with Ye before.
Yeah, I actually thought it was a repeat of a beat.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is probably a 3 because I don't see really a lot of originality beat wise. Flow, I'm gonna say this is about a 3, maybe 2.5 because I've heard this type of rhyme fest flow that he's doing. And then last but not least, if I'm gonna listen to fatherhood content, because I didn't really get a full picture of what everything that he was trying to get across, I get that he's questioning what it means to be Christ-like. I get that he's talking about communications, but I think it would take quite a few listens for the average audience member to get that. So in terms of fatherhood content, I'm gonna give it about a 2. So overall, that particular song, I'm gonna say 2.5 for me. That's
Whoa.
it. Yeah, it's one of my least favorite songs thus far in the Dad Cypher. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. And I'm a devout Christian, and I love God, and I love the fact that Kanye may be trying to redeem himself. But you can't have these half-cooked tracks and then think that everybody's gonna be, oh, this is dope. It's not, man. Give us the full content. Don't give us part. It's like having a Thanksgiving meal, and he gave you a turkey wing and a little bit of gravy and said, "Happy Thanksgiving." No, man. I need the full meal. And for those who are my Native American viewers and that sort of thing, you know what I mean. I know that that's the Holocaust for you guys. It's not Thanksgiving for you all, and I respect and honor that. But I'm just using this as a metaphor, so apologize for that. But it just seemed half-baked to me. I don't know. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts. It's kind of like the song seems like you would see off a commercial. When a commercial and those kids are playing football, doing the football, and the kids are dropping the passes, it's like one of those songs you'll play on there because it's not really a full song. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
not a song you could like. Oh, let me play this in the shower because by the time you get the shower going, it's gonna be over. So the song's gonna be over. I would say, in my opinion, if you go back a couple weeks ago to the other Christian rapper,
Lecrae.
to Lecrae, I would say his song was better than this because at least you actually could listen to the whole song.
Right.
To me, it started to seem like there was a sample of the album to get you ready for the album. You know,
Right.
so the beat was nice, but I heard it before. I feel like I heard this beat before. I thought it was a repeat.
Sound
beat.
like Otis.
Yeah, I thought it was a repeat beat from a different song. So I'm gonna go ahead and It's a good beat, but I'm gonna have to knock it some points because it was a repeat. So I'll say about 2.5 for the beat. For lyrics, I mean his lyrics are pretty good, but he kept repeating this is that
This
isn't
ain't
Christ-like.
Christ-like,
Yeah, he kept
yeah.
repeating that. So I also bet you another 2.5. And the flow, he always has good flow, except on that Poopy the Scoop song.
Scoop dee dee whoop. Whoop dee scoop dee poop. Poop dee scoop dee whoop. Whoopie dee scoop whoop poop. Poop dee dee whoop scoop.
So that's not one.
Oh, fatherhood content.
Yes. Oh yeah, father good content. Well, all he said this is a Christ-like, so 2.5. So overall, the song is a 2.5 for me.
Yeah, and since these short songs are so half-baked, we at Dad Cypher is going to hit you with another track.
Yeah, 'cause
like
Kanye's
the Chick-fil-A joint, Closed Sunday. We're going to hit you with that in a minute.
Another good Kanye song is Poopity Scoop. Go ahead and look that up.
Yeah, okay. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. You know what? I just say some of the positives that I could see about this song is the fact that I love the fact that he is talking about his relationship with his dad, and it seemed like to me that he maybe didn't have the most positive relationship with his father, and that every time they would get into an argument, his father was saying like, "It ain't Christ-like."
I didn't feel like he felt he really couldn't. I guess argue or
Communicate with him.
yeah. I think there's like a lack of communication.
What does that mean to be Christ-like, and what does it mean in terms of how are fathers and sons supposed to communicate when they disagree with one another?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I don't feel like there's an exact answer to this.
Right. Well, when you and I have a disagreement, how do we deal with it?
We mostly debate about it. It
Right.
depends on the topic.
Right. And I think that's what he was saying. Like, it seemed like to me, Kanye West's father was like, anytime like you argue with your father, that's not Christ-like. And it seemed like that's one of the things that he was trying to get across. But I don't know if that's what is the case, because like you said, you and I debate, and did not Christ debate with people that he had, with issue and that sort of thing? I think it's how you debate, and you got to be respectful, but I think it's about how you debate and do that.
Yeah, you can't be too disrespectful with it.
Right. Especially if your father has been there. Like, if your father has been active and been in your life, you can't really just come at him like, well, I don't agree with my father, so I'm going to just spaz out. So it's a certain level of it. But,
And I would like to know what he spazzed out about, because there's a lot of things he's spazzed out about.
Liposuction. Because I didn't want y'all to call me fat about slavery for 400 years. For 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Education. Bro, you ain't been doing an education. Kanye, calm down. You don't have the answers, though. Calm down. Because you trying to give me advice about something. No.
There was one particular line where he said people looking for a deity like a Tyler Perry. But I'm like, Kanye, dude, you have called yourself Jesus, and you really were going to call this album Yandi and that sort of thing, which is talking about that you both evoke like you were a deity. And then the second
he was going to call it Yandi?
Yeah, he was going to call it Yandi, where he was going to bring the Hindu faith into it. And then he was going to call, then he's called himself Jesus. Kanye West trying to look to redeem himself. I don't know.
I don't know, because when you go on national TV saying some crazy things, he
Right.
said pretty recently, don't know if he's trying to redeem himself.
What up, young scholars? Next week, we're going to check out Kanye West Close on Sunday, Chick-fil-A. You're not going to want to miss that episode.
Song number 2, Close on Sunday.
I really don't have high expectations for the song.
Chick-fil-A.
Burger King.
No, it's called Chick-fil-A.
And just saying, the Popeyes chicken sandwich is way better than Chick-fil-A's. I don't want to hear anything in the comments